Hello, everyone. My name is Josio, and today we are going to be making this video to show you guys my one of my favorite strategies when it comes to day trading, and we're going to use Amazon as our example. Now, I made some previous videos talking about this and how I like to trade. Uh, this is this is what I'm planning on doing tomorrow and making it today so you guys can have a background behind my logic and my thinking as into why I'm going to do this play. Now we're looking at Amazon, right? So we're looking at the 4 hour chart, which is one of the main ones that I use for day trading. Again, we should always look at all the different time frames to get a better understanding of what we can do and get a potential better entry, better exit. But this, I really like what I see here. So the first thing I do is load up my trading view, right? And I I'm going to start making my trend lines. So I automatically can notice my bottom here and I can see a pattern. So that's going to be my first trend line. Boom. Right there. Right? So this is technically going to be the beginning of my triangle. And then I have another one here. I can either start here or here. It wouldn't make much of a difference, but the bigger the triangle, the bigger the breakout, right? So I'm going to make it right about here. And as you guys can see, that's where it stops. So now we have, as you guys can see, the beginning, or we're actually midway um, point of a huge ass triangle in the 4 hour chart, right? So now that we have drawn our trend lines, what's next? What's the next thing we got to look at? So where is our price right now? So as you guys can see, we have Amazon at 30.99. In other words, 3,100. And it's, as you guys can see here, and I'm going to put it, I'm going to highlight it so you guys can see it right there. What's happening? It's right at the bottom of our trend line. Now, we had talked about this before. What are the two possible outcomes of a stock when they get to touch the trend line? So you can either break out, right, which means that the price will drop down this way, right, and break out of the triangle. So that can happen. Anything can happen, right? It can happen, and then that's a great point. If I will get puts below this level, but I think that's highly unlikely. But it can happen. Now, why is it that it can happen? Right here, if you guys see this blue line, this is my 200 EMA. Sometimes stocks like to mess with your mind, right? They like to mess around with your head. So this can potentially drop for the day, intraday, all the way down to 200 EMA, which is here, which is a drop that's going to get to from 3,100 to 3060, 3050, right? And then within the same day, sometimes I think this happens, it recovers, it goes back up and it stays within the trend line. Have we seen this happen here? Not really. Like everything kind of remains above the trend line. Now, what's the second outcome that can come out of this? Well, we can get a reversal, a bounce back. And if you look at the line here, if you look at the other times that the stock has touched the trend line, it has bounced. As you can see here, it bounced. Right here, it didn't really get to touch it. This was the start of it. And here, this is where we're at. That's where we left off on Friday. So we have two options. We can either go up or go down. 50-50 chance, right? But now, if it decides to stay within the trend line, right, within the triangle, then we have a potential upside all the way up here to 32.58. We know what's our range. This is considered a range, right? This is our bottom range and this is our top range. And tomorrow, we are going to get either calls or puts depending on what happened. How we're going to look at keyword price action. We're going to look at the price action and see what happens, right? Obviously, if I see the drop, the drop that we anticipated happening here, well, I'm more than likely, again, out of experience, I've seen this happen many times. I am going to try to wait until I see a recovery. If I see that the stock recovers back into the triangle and goes back inside the range, then that's even safer for me. That's when I decide to get some calls, right? Because it already dropped, it already, sellers are probably going to take over in the morning, which typically happens. And then the buyers come in later on. And when the buyers are coming in, that's when we get the long movements, such as this one. As you guys can see, this was a pretty good movement, right? It was from where we went from 2951 all the way to 3363, which is huge, right? Can we potentially get the same thing here? Yes. So tomorrow we're going to wait, look at price action, and see what happens. Again, this is the background behind my trade, and I'm not even looking at the EMAs, only the 200 EMA, which is here. I'm not looking at indicators, but as you guys can see, look what's happening here. It's kind of like matching what we're saying. If there is a bounce, right? This indicator here, it's letting me know, which is a TTM switch, that we're gonna have a shift in momentum, that we might go green soon. So that's also really important to take into consideration. What's something else that we have to pay attention to? Volume, right? Or volume is kind of like remaining within the same levels. But if, let's say, for example, as soon as we break out and then we come back up, the volume increases all the way up here, or kind of like something similar to this, then that's another indicator that my call is potentially going to make money, right? So it's really simple. We created a triangle and we're looking for a breakout or a bounce back. That's it. So the other indicators are not showing much. My bottom indicator is not flashing, and my buying and selling indicator, it's not showing much either. We're going to look at the other time frames. Let's look at the 1 hour so you guys can get an idea. 1 hour is not showing much. And the daily told us here that we kind of bounce, right? And we're still staying within the trend. So again, TTM looks like it's about to switch. We don't know yet if it's about to switch, but again, we got to look at price action tomorrow. And that's it. So hope to see you guys tomorrow. I'm going to make part 2 of this video, and we're going to do a recap to see what happens, right? And again, whether you made money or not, or got into the calls or puts in this position, this is a great learning opportunity. You're going to see how price action moves and how people can potentially capitalize in this type of place. Again, my name is Josio, and I'm part of the Cero Dinero Investment Group. And thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Again, it's all knowledge and learning in here. So if you're new, completely new to stocks or completely new to options trading, this is a perfect place to start, because I mean, it's really simple the way I show things. And if you want to learn more, the channel is always available and you can always join the group. Thank you for watching.